Hello and welcome to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar. In this video we'll be answering the question, what is omission of an article? Simply put, sometimes articles are taken away or omitted before nouns. Articles before abstract nouns are often taken away. Let me give you an example. We would never say the excellence is a core value in all superstars. That is incorrect. Instead, we would take away the article, so the sentence would sound like this. Excellence is a core value in all superstars. This video will share the rules of when you can omit the article before a noun and why. So, what are the rules anyway? For each of the following items that I'm listing, you will not need to add an article before them when you mention them. First up to consider is someone's nationality or generally nationalities. If I were to say I am from the Egypt, it is incorrect. If I were to mention languages, I studied the German for 5 years at school, that sounds incorrect. If I were mentioning an academic subject, for example, the geography is her most taxing subject, that's incorrect. Sports. To say the swimming is a great total body workout is incorrect. And finally, if I were to mention someone's hobby or interest and say they collect the stamps, that is also incorrect. For each of these sentences in red, correct them so that the article has been removed or omitted so the sentence makes sense. Why not hit pause if you need thinking time? So, how did you get on? The first sentence should say, I am from Egypt. The second should say, I studied German for 5 years at school. There should be no article the in front of geography in the next sentence. So it should read, geography is her most taxing subject. For sports, we also don't need an article at the start of that sentence. So it should read, swimming is a great total body workout, which is true actually. And finally, it should read, they collect stamps. Each of these sentences demanded no article. The reason for this is simply that it's a repetition of the focus of the sentence, which is usually a person or people. They do not need anything like an article that is more general. Now it's your turn. For each of the 4 sentences below, decide if the sentence makes sense, and if not, correct the sentence and be ready to explain why it was incorrect anyway. Why not hit pause if you need thinking time? So, sentence number 1, failure means you had no plan. That is correct. It makes sense as it is. I like the message of that sentence too. Generally speaking, failure does mean you had no plan. Persistence demands we never give in is also correct. There's no article here that's in the way of the meaning of the sentence. Let's take sentence number 3. Shania is studying the German at the Bristol University. This is incorrect for 2 reasons. Both the definite articles the are not needed in this sentence. It makes the sentence clunky and too long. Instead, it should read, Shania is studying German at Bristol University. Well done to her. That is much clearer, much shorter, and it's clear that we don't need each article because instead that just makes the sentence more complicated, clunky, and confusing. Finally, Elliot, Malola and Cameron like to play the basketball. That sounds wrong, and it is wrong. Instead, if they each love basketball, it should read, Elliot, Malola and Cameron like to play basketball. That is correct. and I've needed to omit the article the to help this sentence seem smooth and clear. The rationale behind omitting articles is to refine the sentence and not make it clunky. The other reason is so that the sentence makes sense. For things like nationality, language, academic subject, hobby and sport, if you were to write the definite article the or other articles like at and an before them in sentences, you would be adding some information that is not needed. It is already clear to the reader or the listener that no article is needed for it to make sense. That's why we omit them. Best of luck in your onward article usage. Why not subscribe to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar for all things English, literary and grammatical?